Hey y'all, hey y'all. I just I did not even know that a rocket was gonna go up. Yes, I meant to be muted at the time because my kids and everything was out here uh making a lot of noise. But what I was just showing y'all was the rocket just went off. So y'all was seeing like I got like front row seat to when the rockets and all of that, the space shuttles and all of that stuff go up over here in Florida. But hey y'all, how y'all doing tonight? I was planning on coming on here and just start talking about a story. But I got a little side swipe by the rocket going up right here at the beginning. But anyways, how y'all doing tonight? Hey Charlie, thank you for being here. Um, you're muted. Oh yeah, you were saying you couldn't hear me before. I meant to have it muted when I was DM, so but I told you that already. But yeah, I wish y'all could have seen it like right from the beginning, but I'm like totally missed it. Okay, but anyways, I had came on here to say what could I have done different. So I'm gonna tell the story about in the neighborhood where I lived before. Um in the neighborhood where I lived before, I it was a family owned neighborhood for the most part. Everybody knew everybody, so there were basically no strangers here in this neighborhood. Um and I'm gonna just come on and say, "Hey y'all, I'm in the car again." But this is a family owned neighborhood. Everybody know everybody. So if anybody strange come into the neighborhood, you know it's a strange person there. So this one afternoon, I don't remember what day of the week it was or whatever, but this blue like Oldsmobile car pulls up. And it got these three girls in there. When they first pulled up, I thought it was only just the three girls in the car because the three girls got out the car and they was just like, they pulled up to a park. There was a park that was directly across the street from my house, but they pulled up to that park and they got out and they was like sitting on the outside or whatever. You know, I ain't never seen these girls before in my life. I'm like, well, who is they? My kids, some of my kids over in the park. And at this time, I'm pregnant with baby number 12. So I'm like, not my physical baby number 12, but this will be the 12th child we about to raise. So I'm some of my kids are over at the park. And so I'm like standing in the doorway and just like looking to see who this person is. So it's like these three girls, but my kids are informed already and they know when somebody come over to the park and they moving in a way that we don't play, you and your sisters and brothers, y'all start heading back over here, you know. So they go over there, they playing loud music in their car, you know, cool. And they out and they kind of like dancing or whatever. And after a while, we hear like some babies start hollering and stuff. And I'm like, man, you hear the babies crying? So my kids walking across the street, and this is not like no regular street. This like if two cars trying to go through at the same time, it'll work, but you ain't going nowhere fast. And like I said, this all family. So my kids coming back across the street to the house, and they walking real slow, looking over at the park. But after these girls done been out there for like 30 minutes or more, I don't know what was happening, whether the babies inside of the car, was they sleep, whatever, I don't know. But there was no babies with them at first. So once my kids came on across the street, I was talking to them. I went back in the house for a couple of seconds. But then I'm hearing these babies out there crying. And I'm like, well, who is the babies crying? My kids made it across the street. They turn around and they standing to the edge of the driveway and they still looking over at the park. My children looking back because now these 3 girls over there, and what they did is came into the neighborhood to make a transaction with somebody. And we saw that had happened. And so at this time, their car is blocking my view, but they taking the children from out of the car. That they done been there for 30 minutes, but the kids ain't out the car. But my kids is slow moving. Okay. At the end of the driveway, because I be trying to give a visual of what was happening at the time. So my kids slow moving, and I don't understand what they standing there looking at, because usually they don't stick around like to see like whatever happening. We just know we come on back across this way when strange people come into the neighborhood or whatever. Now after a while, I'm still standing in my doorway. Now my husband and my son is over off on the green side of our property. They over here cutting grass, and all of a sudden I look over and I'm looking at my son. I'm looking at my son, who is like maybe 11 or 12 at this time, and he's staring over there at the park too. So I'm like, what is everybody over there looking at? And then I see my son, he motioning to my husband, pointing over at the park too. I'm like, what? What is everybody looking at? Now my kids walking towards me because I'm standing to the door now. And they was like, my kids was like, and I remember I told y'all my kids call me by my name, they say. My kids say, Shauna. You got some of them that call me Mom, and some of them call me Shauna. But it's like, Mom, you see those kids? I say, Mind you, they car blocking me. I can't see the kids. My kids was like, oh my God, I ain't never seen nothing like that. They was like, them little kids, they so dirty, and I still can't see them. So my kids went on ahead and went inside the house. And by the time those kids walked in the house, the son that's out there with my husband is cutting grass. And my son out there, and mind you too at this time, because I'm in my 20s at this time. And my kids is making all these different faces and everything. And I still don't understand what's going on yet. So my son that's out there cutting the grass, he say anything that just come to his mind, and he say it out loud whenever he say something. So my son's like, Mom, come here. So I walk up there where he at, and my son, big as day, he turned around. Now, mind you, these girls over there playing music, they over there dancing, popping, dropping, everything. The little kids done got out. I still ain't seen the little kids yet. Boy, you'd have thought these girls they was all dressed to the nines. You would have swore that when I was thinking in my mind, when I walk around the car, I'm gonna see some kids probably dressed in some city trends or something like that. They hair was all done. They just met up with the little grass man and everything out there. So I'm like, okay, then I'm about to see something. Child, please. When I walked around that thing, walked up to where my son was at in the middle of the yard cutting the grass. I walked around that thing and there was 2 children out there in the park running around, and both of them had on nothing but a diaper. But on everything, the part where you take and you fasten the put the Velcro strip onto the diaper to hold the diaper there, that was the only thing that was solid on the diaper. Everything from that waist all the way down to that baby's knees had to be about a year and a half, maybe 2 at the most. I doubted if they was 2. But it's 2 little babies out there running around like this, and they diapers hanging past their knees. But I'm gonna tell you, my first reaction was, I ain't never seen nothing like that, because the kids was running around having them a marvelous time, having them a great time. But these kids look like they had took a bath in probably like a good 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. And this diaper that they had on, what made it funny was because when they was running, when the kids was running, the diaper was like flapping in between their legs. Like, I don't know. I can't even explain it. The way that diaper was moving in between that baby's legs. But my son called it right on out. He said, man, well, you see how that diaper flapping between that? And my son started doing like a flapping motion with his hand with the way that the diaper the way that the diaper was doing. And on everything on that day, I stood out there and I kind of chuckled and laughed about it with my kids, you know. And at that time, I didn't feel sorry for the girls in that moment, because I felt like if you got money to do all of that right there, what you doing, and y'all over there doing that, then you should be taking care of your kids. If I would have been thinking about it with the mindset that I have now and the way I move today, I would have went over there and gladly taken one of my kids' diapers and given it to one of those kids. Hell, I would have even went and offered to let me give them a bath. But that was then, and this is now. But that's a story like I thought about, is like, what could I have done different, and what would I do different? Situation then and now. And in that situation, it's the kid that's suffering. You looking at the mama or the aunties. I don't know who they was. They just had these 2 babies with them. No car seat, no nothing. And they getting out of the diaper barely hanging on. No more cotton left in the diaper to absorb anything else. I had never seen anything like that before. And but I looked at it as it was costing the parents something. And in my mindset back then, but looking at it today, it was costing that baby something. And to be honest with you, at that time, I was already in my 20s overwhelmed with taking care of the 11 children that done came through my way. So, um, I'm pretty sure all of us have a story that, we laughed about something back in the days or whatever, and then you look at it today and be like, "Ooh, I wish I would have did a little bit something different." But um I still can chuckle a little bit thinking about how that baby's diaper was flapping between his legs, because I promise you, I've never seen anything like that before. Just have not seen it. So, and here I am just talking away. Usually when I start telling the story, I can't look into the chat because I be done forgot everything that I'm trying to talk about, say, or whatever. But hello everybody. Thank you for coming in and joining and listening to my story for the night. You got any questions? You got a story or whatever that you want to talk about, or anything you want to say. This is a safe zone over here. You can ask whatever questions you like to ask. And I'll answer them to the best of my ability, or I will just say I decline to answer that according to how you respond to me. But yes, this is a safe zone over here. I love questions. It's either yes or no. um and no criticizing about the questions that's asked over here. And if anybody do get a little sporty, we got some people that'll take them right on up out of here, because we want people to be comfortable over here talking about whatever it is we talking about over here. But thank you again, Charlie. And what is that? Taser. Good evening, Life with Shauna. Hey, how you doing? Green Tea Doll. Hello, how are you tonight? We all wish we did some things different. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I can say I wish I did different. Some things bigger than others, but as I get more comfortable with coming live on here instead of just doing my shorts and stuff all the time, the more comfortable I get, then the more that I will share in different stories. I kind of open up anyways when people, you know, ask questions, but you know, I'm so late. I love watching your videos. Thank you, Green Tea. Thank you very much. I'm glad that I'm saying something to somebody that want to hear. That makes me smile. um yeah, so I don't what stories do I tell that most interest you, Green Tea Doll? Girl, you can sing. Don't don't you ever be afraid to share your voice with us. OMG. I was like, thank you, Charlie. Thank you. I love to sing, but guess what? I don't like to sing on camera because I'll be making faces and everything. So, ooh, child, please. Yes, I'll be making some serious faces when I be singing, child. But thank you very much. I love to sing too. I absolutely do. That's my go-to thing to do. That's my stress reliever. I love to go over on Star Maker and just that's where I go and let everything loose in a song or whatever. I ain't no professional, but I can hold a note or two. But yeah, I'm just kind of feeling my way, getting comfortable with coming over here and doing lives and everything. And waiting, ask some questions about something you've seen in one of my videos or whatever. I see a whole bunch of people got questions, but Lord Jesus, if I answered all of those questions back to all of those people, man, look at here. Uh I wouldn't be able to do it. I could do it in a conversation though. I watch your videos where you help people having a fish fry and dinner. It's just down to earth and home is what I see. Yes, and that is something truly happened. Like my sister just came to me one day and she was like, "Hey, it was like one of my sisters in the neighborhood, um, very close, very unexpected death. Um, it was sad, and to find out that the family didn't have everything that they needed. um I just told my sister, okay, it don't take much to start no fish fry. We lived Walmart was literally like 5 minutes up the road from us. So I was just like, listen, $40 here, go to Walmart up the street, buy some tilapia, buy some two bags of fish, 2 bags of french fries, some vegetable oil, and I had all of the other things that we needed. I say we'll start it like that, and I said, and all we need is one runner. When we make some money, we go spend some money to the Walmart on what we need. And we did that until and we had some people standing on the side of the road holding up the sign. People were coming through there buying fish. People started going to the Walmart, coming up there asking what we needed to keep it going to sell. And before the night was over with, we flipped that $40 into what it was. I've done it a couple of times, so it was like $800, almost $1,000. That I know it was very close to $1,000 that we raised that day. And then, of course, they said before it was all over with, I know at the end of it was, somebody tried to say I stole some of the money. I was, well, how could I steal if I took anything anyways? How could I steal from out of the money? But the funny thing was everybody knew I wasn't collecting the money. I was cooking the food. So yeah, it didn't work. Honest family lady. I absolutely am. Thank you, Green Tea. I made some steak roasted Brussels sprouts and butter honey. I actually heard you when you were saying in your live today what you was gonna. You turned out good, Charlie. That's so good. Well, I just was thinking about that story today. I don't know, cause I don't got no children and no diapers no more. All the 4-year-old is out of diapers. No more diapers over here. But I don't know what made me think about that story today. Them two little kids running around with that diaper flapping between their legs like that. I ain't never seen nothing like that. But there's a lot of things here in Orlando that I ain't never seen. I've never seen like that before. I've never witnessed homeless people the way that I've witnessed homeless people here. There's a street here called Paramore. That you go there, and I remember one night we was coming from Ocala, and we came through Paramore, and I just happened to wake up right when we was coming through Paramore. And at the moment that I woke up looking out of the window, and I just seen people laying all over the ground, and I was up under this bridge, and I was like, where are we? And the lady that was driving my car for me, she was like, "Oh, we on Paramore." I say, "But where? Why are the people laying all over the ground?" And she was like, "They're homeless." I say, "Homeless?" I was like, "This many people?" Where I come from, it's like the hood, but nah, it ain't like the hood. It is the hood. But I ain't never seen no homeless people before. I never seen homeless people before in Gifford. I just didn't. I ain't saying that they don't exist, but in my younger days, like I ain't seen no people sleeping on the streets where I came from. That was shocking to me to see that many people laying on the ground like that. When I'm telling you, a lot of people, I'm talking about like between 50 to 100 people. I'd never seen that before. So that was shocking to me, and the overwhelming feeling of how can I help? You know, and to have conversations with them, you find out that most of them, they don't want that kind of help. They not like some of them think life easier right there. So, but that is it, just some stuff I ain't never seen before. I don't care where you came up at, how you came up. It just some stuff I ain't never seen. I ain't never seen that before. One hood I grew up in didn't have as much crazy stuff as another hood I moved to. It was like a culture shock. Yeah, it's like it don't matter. It don't matter if you did grow up in the hood. It's just certain things that you don't see. You don't see in your place. Like yeah, yeah, no, and I know I done grew up. I know I done grew up in the hood, for real, for real. Um, but yeah, just some stuff I didn't see. I just didn't see it. So, but I do it different today just to show and would teach my kids. And still, like if me and my kids sat around and that story came up, I'm sure we would be cracking up laughing about it because it was a funny sight to see the way that diaper was flapping like that between that soggy nasty diaper. It was disgusting. But yeah, if I saw that today, I would definitely have a different response. So that's what I could have done different. So if you see a baby that got a soggy diaper on, don't laugh at them like I did. Don't let the baby suffer because the mama ain't doing what their job is. If you got a diaper, offer them a diaper for the baby. If you can afford to buy a little pack of diapers, buy them a little pack of diapers. You ain't doing it for the mama. You doing it for the baby. Because in my mind back then, I ain't helping her. But literally is. I ain't helping her. I would have been helping the baby. But that was in my limited understanding. I was about taking care of my kids. I had enough of them. A lot of kids. So, but you all, I'm not gonna stay on that night. I just, uh, I'm not gonna stay on that night. I'm not gonna stay on that long tonight. Because I just wanted to come through and tell that little story. And plus, tonight, I want to make sure I tell my kiddos good night, bedtime at 9:30. So I ought to make sure I get away from before then. Facts also I got on to my ex sister-in-law for that. I would change her kids. If she got mad at me for, in her words, wasting and diapers. Child, please. Some people be believing them be believing them weight limits on them dang on diapers or whatever. They be like they to my how many pounds of whatever it hold up to. Honey child. And I don't like no some people like to buy real big old diapers, so it can absorb more and stuff. I like a diaper that fit nice and snug against my babies, and I like to change their diapers almost immediately. And some people might say you waste diapers or whatever, but uh-uh. I I like a clean baby bottom. And so and I know they like their bottom to be clean too. So, um it's just back then my responsibility was the kids that I had and of course I was on kid number 12 at that time. So um I had enough to be concerned with, but I I'm almost certain that at the time I had diapers somewhere. So that's what I could have done different. My son never wore a dirty diaper or dirty clothes. If I could help it. I was OCD. Man, Charlie, it's so funny that you even said that because the way that I grew up, um and I ain't even halfway through the stories about some of the stuff that happened to me, because I was about to tell about another story, but I need to wait and just tell that story alone by itself. But my mom was really strict, like with keeping her house clean and everything. And it was like it was the kind of strict like you couldn't she didn't want you to touch the fish tank kind of strict, like to leave your fingerprints on there. So growing up like that, it kind of put you in that position or whatever. And so I used to, and in certain things I still am that way. But moving from Gifford to Orlando changed a whole lot. So yeah, I even have a story about that, Charlie Child. Oof. Yeah, that brought back something when you mentioned that right there. Um, I have carried extra mittens for toddlers. There are always guaranteed to be cold hands in the winter. The children are so happy to receive. I know, don't they? They be so happy to. I mean, a lot of children take Taser. I hope I'm saying your name right. I don't be trying to butcher nobody's name. But a lot of children be really grateful for that kind of stuff. I mean, they love to see their little fingers wiggling through that. I even get my little grandbaby. Sometimes I see little gloves that have like the little purple flowers and all of that stuff on them. They be a little bit too big for her hand, but I don't. I just be getting them because she be wanting to put on gloves all the time. I haven't found garden gloves her size yet. She's only 4, but if I see her like a little pair of dollar gloves in like the Dollar Tree or something like that, I be getting them for all the time. And her the little finger paws be flapping everywhere. But she happy to have them anytime. You give her a pair. The children are, yeah, they are absolutely happy to get them. Um, right. Now, for me, now I don't mind a child going out and getting in the dirt and go ahead and get dirty or whatever. Once they get a certain age, I believe in children being able to go outside and play in the dirt or whatever. But that's a difference between um you just leaving them in a nasty diaper or whatever. See, my children are so used to getting their diaper changed on the immediate. Honey, they'll step out they'll take their own diaper off and drop it. They'll take their own diaper off and drop it if they tapping on you to let you know they done used it when they got a certain age. But they didn't play. You better been quick on your feet to change the diaper um with them children. Um yeah, so like I said, the more comfortable I get on here and start to be able to, um chat and everything, the more stories and things that I'll tell. But right now, I've been thrown off the course that I was on before of all the things that I was talking about before because that one thing happened and I was in one place. And I won't even say I'm thrown off. Whatever happened was meant to happen, and I guess there needed to be a pause in whatever the things that was happening. And I'm grateful for being able to release the things that I've already released because I feel better with those. But there's plenty more stories to come. um and yeah, I got pictures, Charlie. I got pictures for days of I even got pictures of one of my daughters. She went in the refrigerator and got potato salad and dumped it on her head. I mean, you got one that's just sitting out there taking all the beach sand, dumping all the sand on the beach right in the head. Just this is a good place to throw all the sand. So, um, but yeah, I believe in the children going out and being able to play in the dirt. Yes, yes, yes. Get dirty and go ahead and soak in a good old tub of water and get clean. Um, but yeah, go and get that playtime in. Um, but okay, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through and hanging out with your girl tonight. And hey, we'll see what come up next time. What story's coming next? We made him chocolate smash cake. You can guess what he thought it was. Oh, heck no. I bet that was a nasty sight. But all right, you all. I thank you all again for coming through over here where we are the high class gardeners, which means we don't mess around with no bugs and no worms, but we do believe in growing our own food over here. So get you some seeds. And you don't really got to go buy seeds. You buy groceries at the grocery store. Go over there to that fresh vegetable section. And whatever you get from over there that got seeds in it, like some tomatoes, some cucumbers, or those squash and stuff like that, those things that have seeds in them, go and plant them and see what you can do with it and grow you some food. We all gonna need it. Grow your own food. But that's what we do over here. We don't play with bugs, but we grow food. We grow food over here. I got my husband to pick the bugs off. All right, y'all. Good night. See y'all next time. Bye.